just close my eyes again. Climbed aboard the Dreamweaver train. Trying to take away my worries of today and leave tomorrow behind. Ooh, Dreamweaver, I believe you can get me through the night. Ooh, Dreamweaver, I believe we can reach the morning light. Fly me high through the starry skies, maybe to an astral plane. Cross the highways of fantasy, starry skies.
Did the music stop?
Maybe to
Don't know. I can't hear it.
Yeah, it stopped.
Okay, that was strange.
It's kind of hard to watch YouTube in a 30-second delay.
That's hilarious.
You know,
All right. Well,
should
here
be
we
okay
are. Here we are in our first interview with James Cruz for Nox Mente. I'm Nish, and my co-host is Jerry.
I'm Jerry. Why don't you tell the great people out there what Nox Mente means?
Oh, geez. What was it? Night
It's
dreams?
Night mind
Night mind. That's right.
in
Thank
Latin.
you. You put me on the spot like Jerry. Breathe.
Get used to it, bitch. No, I'm kidding.
I know, right? Okay, so James, I'm going to ask you just a couple questions. Actually, first I'll fill in everyone. We're just trying to compile a database of dreams to see if we can ferret out any synchronicities happening currently or possibly in the future, and also just to get a deeper understanding of how other people dream, what's going on under there, what's it about. And Jerry and I are running basically the questions and not really putting in our own personal content. We want to focus on the people we interview. So with that, we'll get started.
Excellent.
Hello, James.
Hi. Thank
Okay,
you for
so
having me on as the very first guest.
yes, thank you for
You're
doing
an
that.
awesome
We
guinea
appreciate
pig.
it.
Yeah,
Yes.
I'll
And
take it, dude. Yeah.
And you know how to talk.
Yeah, I can try. I try my best here.
Okay, so these are just some basic background info. So what age are you or generation are you in?
Well, I'm 39. I guess I'm Generation X.
Okay.
You know yeah.
Yeah, 39, it was clear. Some people don't want to give their age.
What's your birth sign?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I'm a Pisces. I am a February 25th.
I'm the 20th.
Yeah, me. Aren't you too? Right?
Yeah.
So I've got two Pisces here. This is awesome.
Ooh.
I'm a Taurus.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Really?
And
No, Taurus is like great for Pisces.
Yeah. Oh, I love my water signs.
Yeah.
This is where it's at for me. I think, and we need to add that to the notes, Jerry, about, I think we should always ask sign. All right. And then how do you identify? And I hate to be PC about that because now with this gender neutral situation going on. So,
Heterosexual male, married with children. Yeah.
All right, there we go.
Yeah. There you go. Yeah.
And then this part of the question is all about getting an idea of where your unconscious kind of your symbols have grown out of. So what part of the country did you grow up in?
I grew up in Northeast Ohio, right on Lake Erie.
Okay.
About 40 minutes east of downtown Cleveland, Ohio.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
And did you spend a lot of time on Lake Erie?
Yeah, I spent a lot of time there. I grew like my relative distance away from the lake was probably like a 3-minute drive. It wasn't far at all. So always messing around by water, but I also lived like in the middle of nowhere in a small town. So I kind of classify myself as a city Billy. Like I grew up in the middle of nowhere, but I've also lived in metropolitan cities. So I
Okay,
mean,
cool. You
yeah,
got a little bit of it both.
yeah. So, but yeah, growing up, man, small town, just, just run of the mill. But it was kind of cool because I did live by a giant body of water. You know,
Yeah, well, and that's significant
yeah.
to your underlying program or
Mhm.
unconscious. So, and then what religion were you brought up with?
Catholic. Yeah.
Catholic? Are you still Catholic?
Yeah. I mean, I don't practice at all anymore.
Roman Catholic?
Yeah, just yeah, standard. I went through church and stuff, PSR, Sunday school, made it all the way to
You're a public school Roman Catholic.
exactly.
Gotcha.
Yeah, yeah. You know, okay, it's Sunday. Get in the car. Let's go.
Yeah.
So that like yeah, it was that kind of thing. It's so yeah, I did that for a while until I'd say, man, maybe between 11 and like 10 to 12, somewhere around there. I did my first communion, and then after that, me and my brother, we both did them at the same time, and he's 4 years younger than I am. But we both did that, and then my parents were just like, "All right, we did that part. Do you guys want to keep going or not?" And we were both like, "Nah, we're good." And that's kind of where it just stopped. I mean, I rarely, once in a while, I couldn't even, maybe a wedding here and there or something is the only time I ever have gotten back into the church scene.
Well, it is significant in that it's part of your early programming, if you want to
Hmm.
call it that. So I have certainly enjoyed a lot of the rituals the Catholics put on. No
Yeah,
doubt.
I remember some of the crazy long sermons. I remember just your basic ones. I mean, some weddings. Yeah, I mean, I remember all that stuff. I'm not a huge practicer at all anymore.
What, what if anything, ever? What bad memories do you have of being in church, or did anything bad ever happen to you in church? Were you an altar boy?
I was never had anything bad happen to me in church. The only thing
It
I
doesn't have to
guess
be to you. I mean, like a bad experience. Like I remember the
the
first.
bad ex
Yeah.
no, I would say the bad experience was just this church in general. I didn't like it. Like
I guess I was looking for some.
I didn't like it. Wasn't like I felt more man, I felt like, okay, say you had to go to the confession. Everyone had to go to confession. What if I didn't feel like I did anything bad? I gotta come up with something like bad that I did. I made a fist at my mom. Like, or something weird. Like I clenched my fist. I rolled my eyes 2 days in a row. I was like coming up with stuff. I was like, I felt guilty. Like
Okay.
I don't know. It was weird. I didn't like it, man. That's why, like I said, when my parents were like, "You guys want to go back? You going to keep going on here?" And I was weird, like, "No." Yeah, so they didn't force it, so which was cool.
It's got a creepy vibe. I
I
saw
just
I
didn't
saw
dig
the
it.
first dead person ever in the church.
Oh, that's
Oh,
interesting. Like, as in a funeral?
Yeah.
Yeah.
mm,
Catholic funerals can be wild.
Right,
too.
and that's why I was asking because those can be impressionable on a kid.
Mhm.
I've never had that happen in a church. Those were always have been at a funeral home. I've never been to one. I've been to a service, I guess, one time at a church,
Yeah,
but
this was an open casket
yeah,
service. That's all.
yeah, yeah. It was just like a calm. I don't. Well, I had a friend growing up. I was friends with this guy too, but his older brother, and he was in the military, and his family, like in that town I grew up in, he like their dad was like the mayor of that town. So and like he fell asleep driving home from work. He was a chef, and he was in the army and stuff. Like he was older. He's about 7 years older than us. But like anyway, he was living back home, working downtown, and he fell asleep driving home, and got ejected from his car, died, and everything. It was horrible. But they
Oh,
had this
man.
huge service, like because it was military, it was like this big thing, and yeah, I remember going to church for that. but that was pretty spectacular, I should say.
Those things do imprint on you
Mhm.
though, and they embed themselves deep within your makeup, which in turn plays out in the dream world.
Hmm.
So do you have a good dream recall? Do you dream recall?
Definitely now. I mean, growing up, I mean, I've always. I'm trying to think what age I would have been when let's see, probably I'd say, I guess after, after 13, after puberty, all that kind of stuff. Like, I was able to notice that I can control like my dreams. You know, so they weren't too frightening. If they were, I kind of knew how to handle it. I would have been like if there was a nightmare or something. Let's see, but I probably that was growing up. Then life experiences definitely have altered my thinking in the dream state. Down the road for sure. Like going through some pretty hectic times. Relationships, this, that, whatever. Like where it cannot get out of your brain, man. And like it almost was at certain times. Almost was like it was just sucked to go to bed because it did have a huge effect on me, even in my sleep. But now I don't know. I'd say the last 8 years has been awesome. Like mainly just enjoying it more. Maybe I feel more awake. I guess like I'm really searching for something, and I'm really trying to get into the whole like
All right.
I can, like I said, I can control it, but yeah.
I got to
Anyway.
ask a question right here. We need to add this
Uh-huh.
to the list.
Yeah.
When did you wake up?
Oh, good one.
Okay, I'd say.
And how? In less than 2 minutes.
Okay, well, waking up, I'd say. Let's see how. I'd say around 30. Like that's when it fully hit me. So almost 10 years ago.
Do you remember? Was it a certain event? Or I
Trying to
I
pinpoint
think there were groups of people who all woke up around the same time. Like I was June 15th, 2015, and that week a lot of people snapped out of it. So there was also one in 2009. There are various humps in the bell curve, if you will.
Yeah, I'd say probably, yeah. I mean, that puts me right around that time frame right there, because I really don't know why. Like I guess, uh, well, searching down all these different avenues that we've been, in this whole paradigm, we're going through right now.
Mm-hmm.
So I take that thought press, and I was looking for more. Like I was bored with it. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, totally.
I wanted something more out of this, and I wanted to connect with people, and now I'm doing it, and it's great. And I'd say, dude, I mean, yeah, like ever since we started doing the Hive chats and doing Cruising with Steak, like I'd say in the last 4 months, dude, it has been such a kick-ass ride right now. Like,
we've only been doing this for a month and a half, by the way.
It's amazing how short.
Well, I've noted, yeah, the Hive, yeah, but
yeah.
I mean, but I've known you, dude, for like
years,
3 years or something.
Yeah,
so a long time. But like, and now we're doing shows together, which is badass, man. I love it. Yeah.
Well, so currently, then, say within this this Hive time frame, do you have dream recall recently? This last 6 weeks,
it hasn't been more prolific, I guess. The question, right?
Yeah, that's one thing that's happened. I guess when we started doing these big group things, maybe I'm trying too hard, or we were staying up super late. Like my cycle was all jacked up. I'd pass out now and eat out. So it was kind of hard to recall some things, but as time has gone on now since we've started it, I'm able to, I guess, compartmentalize things better as in my time management before I before I go to sleep and stuff now. It's getting better, but just because I knew of like the astral travel thing. I'm really trying to get a glimpse into that and try to, like we had talked before about trying to, and not manifest anything, but like find a ultimate power somewhere.
Or just remote view the future.
Yeah, and just find something that we all could like feel an energy or something, and if we all randomly thought of this spot, then there's something to it, I would think, sure.
Let me see. I want to get some of these basics out. So
Yeah.
when you dream, do you tend to dream? What is your dream imagery like? Do you see color? Is it black and white? What is the general dream?
It's weird. I can almost, like, if I wanted it to be like a black and white movie, it could be. Sometimes things I can't control that aspect of it, but it might be like if I don't know. I'm trying to think if I think it's something creepy or something. Maybe it's black and white because of maybe old TV shows or something way back when I was a kid at my grandparents'. I'm thinking creepy old like Twilight Zone or something in my brain.
Oh,
so
yeah.
so maybe that can relate to something like that. But I love, like, vivid colors for sure. I can see faces. I can put it's like you put your face on a dog's head. It's like you don't even know. It's like I can see faces. I know if you can control hands and stuff, it can get pretty crazy. Like if you can see your hands, I guess that's pretty crazy. But,
do you have sound interactions, audibles, communications?
I want to say, yeah, definitely. I talk in my sleep. I'm an active sleeper. I don't sleepwalk, but I mean, I am like freaking running, kicking, punching. You like just any random thing like that, man. I almost can hold conversations with you while I'm sleeping. I wake up like, okay, man, it felt like an hour long thing, but it could only been the split second. But in that last second of the last paragraph that I'm having in this dream, as the last sentence is coming out, I'm waking up and just laughing as it's like coming out, and I'm saying it at the same time, like, because I know exactly like what's happening. Like my wife catches me all the time like that. It's pretty funny. It's like I'm trying to think of an example. I don't know. Yeah, I just know that the tail end of that, what was happening, and I just bust out laughing, man.
Have you noticed through your lifetime that of course that would span up until now, anything that's been reoccurring? So the same building, the same something or other, or even deja vu within the dream?
No, not particularly. No, it's almost, I would say, more things. You would take recent things and they would be relative like that. It's like I don't know. It's like, I think I always want to have a new show on in my head. It's weird. My brain, I guess, doesn't want the same thing over and over and over and over. I can tell you straight up. Yeah, like I don't know if I've ever had the same dream like that over and over and over. Or I always saw a red cat.
Yeah, it doesn't necessarily have to be the same dream, but sometimes, you hear there can be a house that you go to, or a park, or
a general theme can reoccur. Or you could always have like
mountains.
If, let's say, you had a dream about aliens, and one of them, you always saw that same one in alien type dreams. That kind of recurrence.
Right. I mean, I guess I would say a lot. You're talking about outdoor stuff. A lot of them are outside, mountainy. I like, I don't know. I think that's part of it. I've always been like an adrenaline junkie, so things are fast, like crazy fast. I don't like. I never particularly like, was I'm a fighter pilot or anything. It wasn't like that. It was like I'd go to sleep on the intent that I wanted to go snowboarding, and I would sit there, I lay back, and then it would start snowing, and then off I go. That's kind of weird. Like, so
That's a high degree of lucidity if you're making
Yeah.
that happen in your dreams.
Yeah, I can definitely kind of start things off. But when times were bad though, that's when I couldn't control them, and um, they were overpowering. Uh, emotion wise, like it's not that they were manifesting in real life, but it was like the things that I thought, your waking life and that in that dream state when you like you think you know what's going on in real life, but then in your dreams this is what's really going on. That felt more real than the real life did. It was really really different aspect when you're going through high stress like situations. I think when you take that to sleep with you, they always say don't go to bed angry, or like I mean it's I've
So
noticed.
you saw your personal stress take over your dream state.
Dude, yeah, for
Okay.
sure.
And then you were afraid of it, so you were less powerful.
Less powerful,
Yeah.
vulnerable.
Yeah,
I thought things were more clear though. It was weird. Like it was too truthful and too hurtful. Like crazy stuff. Yeah. I mean, whatever the scenario
you still
was.
knew you were dreaming though, right?
Definitely.
Okay.
Yeah. I've always known, like I said, I think always know if I'm in that state. It'd be crazy if I was sitting here right now and all of a sudden was like, oh, what the, might come up out of something. That would be off the chain. But no, it wasn't like, I haven't really experimented with just meditation or anything like that, like trying to on the spot start lucid dreaming, like, I guess that would be your imagination running wild. I don't know.
No, you still want to go
Yeah.
into that hypnagogic state where you meditate to
Yeah.
that point, but don't fall asleep. And then
Right.
that's when you'll click into not astral, but you'll be manifesting your dimension in your head. However that works.
Uh-huh.
Yes, yeah, you're right.
But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I like, but now, yeah, I'd say in the last year or so, it's been good again. Like I'd say within the last 5 years, it's gotten way better. I mean, stopped smoking weed, stopped smoking cigarettes. Like a lot of that stuff like jacked my head up. Like in the end, like it was just this just a shit show in my head, And then after I came off of all that stuff, like of just opening my head back up, man, that's when everything started flowing in like gangbusters. So like, not having that clouded judgment, I guess.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So,
So when you were talking about OBEs earlier, or maybe I was reading into it, it sounds as if you have had experience with them.
I've had, yeah, I would say so. That and a couple NDEs, but I wasn't to the point where like I was like dead, like out of my body type thing.
Well, could you hone in on the OBE?
Wait. Did you start lucid dreaming after you had the NDEs or before?
Wow, that's a good question.
It's so interlaced.
Yeah. I want to say that OBs came after the NDE.
Interesting. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Sorry to interrupt.
Yeah. No, because the first one when I was a kid, I was in a like a creek, well, a river actually, but it wasn't super deep except the one part I went into, and I got sucked under in this river, man, and I thought I was like, what's funny too is mainly these NDEs involved water, except one car accident where time slowed down and it was crazy as hell. But like, the two main ones involved water, like especially when I was a little kid. I was probably only like I'd say between 6 and 8 years old when that happened.
Were there any similarities between the NDEs and the OBEs?
I guess I guess I want to say time. Like time was at like gosh, you could think of the second clock, the second hand clock, like ticking, ticking, tick, 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 tick. But it would just be like tick. It was like it would be like 10 seconds in between each second. That's how slow it was going.
Wow.
Yeah. So it's almost like it just slows down. So you have your heart monitor beeping away, but you take that line and you stretch it out real far, and it goes super slow. Like stuff just super like slows down for me. And those experiences, it did both water ones and the car accident thing.
Was there an emotional timber here? Were you experiencing any fear or anxiety?
I think the first time when I was real little, it was scary. I thought I was gonna die for sure. Like I was sucked under like this like sinkhole thing in a river. But then, like the hand of God comes blasting down through the water. I saw it. I'm looking up, and it's all light. And this hand comes freaking. I'm underwater. I'm like,
Oh,
I'm
wow.
underwater. Yeah, I'm done. I'm like, I'm done. Like I don't even know what's going on. Like I'm just stuck down here. I almost feel like I could have been in an ocean. Like it was just so slow, and this hand just coming down right at my head, and it like grabs me. It pulls me out of the river. Just some random lady. Like the group of people I was with was on the other side, and I just happened to be in this like spot, like that you could go across like these little rapid type things in the middle of this river, and like I just hit something and I was gone, and she saw it happen, and yeah, those few split seconds, but that felt like an eternity, and I felt like you know just in a nothingness. It was crazy. So and then the second time I was a lot older. I was in my 20s. I was probably 20, 23 years old when that happened. I was but I was in a class 5 rapid system doing rapid, on a whitewater rafting
On the
thing.
Gully.
The Gully,
At
dude.
the
Yeah,
dam
you've heard me
release.
tell that story.
The dam
Holy
release.
F. I swam through 3 sets of class 5 rapids.
My
I
ex-wife
didn't
almost drowned during
necessarily.
that too,
Yeah.
by the way.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, so that was that was just hellacious. I mean, I was getting rocked, man. But I didn't think I was gonna die, but there was an easy possibility it could have happened. I was just along for the ride. I was with somebody that worked in that whole system for like 5 years, and he knows the rivers, and it was just me and him, and we were just we were having a blast until that happened, but it was scary, man, for sure.
Did
But
you
time slows down. That's my main thing is time, all those things. Time just goes to a standstill almost. It's
did
like
you am I echoing? I think I'm
nope,
echoing.
nope.
So around these experiences, did you have any dream recall that you can pull upon? And particularly, I guess, the one where you're more in your adult age.
Yeah. I mean, the way I can relate to recalling it is just being like always like searching for like this edge. And now I'm getting older. Maybe it's because it's like maybe I know it's starting to die down or something, and I always like felt at my like optimal performance or something, because I've always been I've always played sports. I've always been into mainly like it.
Hey, guys, hold on a second. There's something wrong with the audio. I fucked it up somehow. Alright, hold on. Hold on. Again. Let me know when you can hear me. I will not fuck with my sound settings. Again, I'm sorry. We're streaming, but I'm waiting for confirmation that they can hear us. I'm pretty sure they can. I can see the output going out now. Yep, okay, we're good. Go, sorry. It's a frequency. Everyone's got a unique frequency. And There was a scene like that in Doctor Strange. He was reading books, remember? Mm-hmm.
I don't have like these goals and visions of like I'm sleeping on stacks of cash or anything weird like that. I don't try to manifest.
So the same
building, the same something simple or I don't know. Like I said, I wanted to snow, but I needed like snow. I don't know.
Hold on, guys. It's oh my.
Who I work with all the time. It's like waking up middle of the night. Oh, does that? Because I do like property management now. It's just like, oh, is it? I can't. I hope I tightened up that thing. Else there's gonna be a major leak. Like it's just like those things. Like he's a busybody, so things worry him like that. I'm a little more chill. Like things. I mean, if something happens, I'll take care of it. But I don't sit and constantly ponder what's gonna happen.
Yeah. Have you experienced sleep paralysis at all?
No, I've never had any like those night terrors or paralysis. I mean, the only conscious thing I try to do now going to sleep is try to grab something. I'll try to reach out for something. I guess I keep relating back because I really want to try to get this astral realm, that the ether. I want to get into this ether and maybe break down the walls of reality in the brain.
How do you know you're not in
Just
it?
Just let go.
How do you know you're not already in it when you're dreaming?
That's true. It is true. That could be a mind F right there for sure. Like, that is true, man. I wonder if that is an aspect of it. Is it so crystal clear that I can't even realize that? Yeah, I don't. Because, like I said,
I mean,
recent. I don't feel like I'm in space. I don't feel like or anything like that. Never seen myself yet, and it almost I know a little bit on how to do it, but it worked. I'd say for me, it worked one time, and it worked for like 3 seconds, and it was crazy as hell. Like it was awesome. Basically, I had laid down, but at the same time, is it just something I thought formed, But at the same time, it felt unbelievable. It felt like nothing I've ever felt before. That's the way I knew the difference. And like I had laid down and you know, almost when you like say you lay down, oh, it feels good, and you exhale and you feels great. Well, that exhale, it sent me through the bed. Like, it was awesome. It was crazy. It's like, because I was holding on to something. I was consciously doing that. I did like a breathing thing, and then all of a sudden, like, the barrier was gone, and I was gone for like 3 seconds, and I almost had and I actually sat like I was like scared or something of excitement. It woke me up. I sat right up. I'm like I was grinning ear to ear. I'm like, holy crap, man! I think I just did that. And I've been searching ever since again how to get back there. And if you try too hard, I think it makes it harder.
That one time you got in, the one time you got it to work, were you like completely exhausted?
No,
Okay.
that's the thing.
Okay.
Like I did a breathing exercise to help calm and bring it on. Uh, and I've tried it again and again. And it just really hasn't stuck like that initial one time. But I mean, I think there's different ways you can like trigger it to help that along. Like there's different techniques, but
yeah, I mean, to me, the way I look at it, being lucid in a dream is just like one more step past out of body, where your brain's in control more than you. You're like I don't know, buddies together on the trip. But
that's a good way to put it. Yeah, that's a good way to put it, man.
If you go out of body right before when you're hypnagogic or whatever, you can jettison. You can stay whole. You don't lose the control system as like a guide anymore. I think. I don't know. Never happened to me. So.
Right. Like I said, it was weird, man. I mean, I felt just. I don't know. It was like a rush, and I was just gone. Like it was like. It wasn't like I saw myself or anything. It didn't because maybe in time you can do that, and and you start like, oh, I'm gonna, we can go meet up here. Go look for this energy, or I can go look for Nish. Like I can go meet up with her in a dream state. Or you go meet up with Jerry in a dream state. Like we all go meet at Mount Rushmore for some sightseeing. Like you never know, man. You just pick a target. I guess I get a more remote viewing of a event. I know we were talking about that too. So, but there's so many weird, cool like aspects to the dream state that I really dig, and I've been enjoying it the last like I said, after you do the whole wake up thing, I want to expand more on consciousness. I'm way more into conscious, related type material. I don't know, like I've been getting into the little magic a little bit more, and a little bit of that. Just on history of that and some studying of terms on that.
I have a question.
Yeah.
What do you think? So it's in line with all this. What do you think this state that we're in is? I mean, what do you think this is? Are we in a dream now of sorts? What people refer to generally as our consciousness, this reality generated, democratic generated reality where we agree that we're on Earth and that there's gravity and I'm sitting at a table looking at my computer, all that.
Yeah, I think we have to. I guess that's what these images. Say you're in a video game and you make it to the edge of the level and it's still rendering. Is it just because that's what you see or what you've already seen? And, I think of things like that sometimes too. Like, I'm sitting down in my basement. I got all my stuff here. I see it all the time. I know what it is. But like when I lived I went to school in Pittsburgh. Like every street I went down was new. It was a new experience. It was a new addition to the map. Like that's why I think when you fly is really really, for me, I find it fascinating. It's a form of time travel. It's like what would take you 2 days to drive to Florida takes 2.5 hours to fly there. I mean, that's I don't know. Like, so are you just everyone's manifesting the thought of flying through the air, in this can, like, it's crazy, man. Like, you can start getting some deep think on it for sure. It's like, is this real? Is it not?
Well,
Are
it's
we
like if I
simulated?
ask you a memory of something from your childhood, which you've already given us,
Yeah.
is that any different than recalling a dream? They both were things you had an experiential episode with. So is there a difference?
That's a good question. Man. Yeah, I mean, okay, yeah. So, I mean, you break it down as a memory. So maybe you just exist right now, and then what everyone has ever experienced is constantly being put out into the ether, like, like in a split second. It's in, it's out. It's in, it's out. It's in. So maybe that's how. Let's say it is a simulation. Maybe that's how it's always feeding into the simulation. There's always each person has their own, like, their own experience, and it adds to the simulation. Maybe that's why there's weird theories of past lives, and just because all that time is stored in the ether, and then say you can tap into that in that dream state, and maybe you can figure something out even more, which I would find phenomenal. Like,
Was it any different for you to, if I ask you to recall a dream you had that was rather vivid, is the process of recalling that any different from me asking you to recall a memory from your childhood that was vivid? Is there?
I guess the memory from my childhood would be a little more vivid than a dream. I'd have to think for a minute about it. Like, there are certain dreams that stick out like crazy, for sure. Uh, I mean, I've told the one a few times of the. Well, no, I guess that would mean experience. It really wasn't a dream though. Man, no, my memories are more accessible right off the rip compared to a dream. Like,
Okay.
I'd have to really sit and think about the dream, which is why the journal would come in handy. But if I did that, then I could probably think of them as fast as I would a memory.
But you're still using the same function to recall them.
That is true.
All in memory.
It's all in memory. Yeah. Man, now that makes it interesting. It makes it even more interesting. Yeah. Oh man. Yeah. See, well, maybe those experiences I'll get pulled up into the cloud, and maybe because you've been told your whole life, one's a memory and one's a dream. So maybe your consciousness, has to have an A and B to it or whatever, So
well, this is definitely what's important about getting that background information of what we're indoctrinated into. You find some say, I hate to generalize. I mean, I'm not even going to do that then. Just some parents who didn't tell their children that dreams were something fictitious or imaginative and allowed them to explore them would have a different experience than a parent that did the opposite. So background information's everything. It's your base program.
Yeah, with my kids now, I tell them straight up, like, if something scares you, turn around and chase it back. I was like, you can control your dreams. I explain to them all the time that you can, I tell them I do it. I tell them it can be done all the time. I tell them not to be too afraid. Yeah, something might startle you, but and if something did startle you, you can come in my room. You can come get me. We'll talk about it for a minute, and then they totally get it, and they really don't come flying in my room all frightened and like, I mean, like, I have an 11-year-old and a 5-year-old, so it's like, I mean, maybe a couple years, here and there, they might wanted to be around a little bit more in the room, but they've never come flying in. I've always reassured them that they're, that's, Dad can control this. You can do it too. If something's chasing you, dog or something, turn around and chase it back. You can bark louder. You could be a lion, if you wanted to. Like the sky's the limit.
Yeah, that's a good. You're a good father for that.
I just try to tell them, don't be scared of that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think at this point we should. I know we have like a very small chat.
No.
Going on out here. I think it's 6 people watching. So, but we're going to open it up and see if anyone has questions.
Ooh. Any questions?
So we'll see what's going on. There's, I think, a small lag I'm noticing from when we're talking.
20 to 30 seconds.
Yeah, there's a lag.
Greatest Potential wanted to know if you had any nocturnal emissions.
I'd say about only like twice in my life.
Those should come under lucid.
Yeah, for sure.
Be ashamed to miss out on that.
I get excited for chats.
I remember having one once. Just one.
Yeah, it's only been like twice my entire life. I think.
Oh, you two are missing out. Oh, I just love wet dreams.
You are missing out.
I love them.
Maybe if we didn't jerk off so much, we'd have them more often.
Yeah.
Oh man, they're always so happy though when you have them. It's like, oh, this is nice.
All I know is your ass hurts afterwards.
Wait, are we talking abductions now?
No. Like the muscles from squeeze, like the male equivalent of Kegels.
Oh, okay. Yes, your male parts there.
Yeah.
See, I've never had any.
Seriously squeezing one out there.
Oh.
I've never had any paranormal stuff happen in my life. That's been a weird thing with all this paradigm that we're into. Like a lot of people have had these experiences.
Yeah, you haven't had any yet.
That's true, I guess. Yeah. If I go searching for more of this, I might end up finding something that will scare the shit out of me.
Well, great.
I think you really have to want it and be ready for it before it will come to you. There's another question. You can take it.
Yeah, sure.
You we addressed it earlier, but I think that he missed it, or she, I'm not sure. Greatest Potential asks, dreaming in black and white, dreaming in color.
Oh, of what I can, like I said, if I wanted to be like, if I wanted to be like in a weird setting, if I know it's gonna be like tonight I'm gonna be freaking Batman or something. Yeah, it's gonna be in black and white. It's gonna be crazy and weird. But if I want, like if I want to experience some crazy off the wall adrenaline rush dream, it's gonna be full color, like vibrant color, sky as blue can be. Like stuff like that.
Interesting.
Yeah. But and I guess the scarier things are dark. I would say so. Yeah.
So, but they're dark. I mean, they certainly could be dark in color, but they're dark actually in black and white is lack of pigment.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it's just straight up black and white. They could be like if even like the nightmares that I was having in times of duress or whatever, like those were like sharper image black and white, just crazy. Like I guess it just felt not evil, just felt dark.
So have you experienced anything that was like monstrous, zombies or
no,
scaries like that?
I mean, well, the one thing I should say would freak me out was certain things with some like horror movies or whatever. So I had an experience going to the theater once when I was a kid. I saw the trailer for Nightmare on Elm Street, and it scared the shit out of me, dude. Like unbelievable. I mean, and that like scarred me. I don't think I've really even seen one to this day. like I've known of them. I've seen parts but I won't sit down willingly and just by myself and watch Nightmare on Elm Street. It's not happening, dude. Just and maybe it's because I don't want that in my head. Like I won't watch certain things because I don't want it in my head. Like
Right.
I've never seen any of them crazy beheading videos or anything like that. You know, I won't bring myself to.
Like,
and I'm not. It's
like
not that
movie,
I'm not a.
Remember the movie Saw? Like those kind of movies, I've never watched them either for the exact same reason.
Saw I've seen once.
Well, those memes live, and once you front load them, they're there.
Right. I don't need that shit, dude. Like, I don't know. I just don't need it. It's not for me. I don't know. Some people like it, I guess, but I mean, but I like the rush, I guess, of a haunted house compared to the rush of watching it on my TV. I don't know. It's weird. That's a different experience. Because I am a visual person. I mean, I did art. I was always into art. I learned hands on. Like I'm not a book person. I'm more of a hands on learner. So I need the experience of it rather than me reading something for it to manifest more hardcore. Like.
Are you left-handed?
I'm both.
Oh, nice, ambidextrous.
Yeah. I mean, I can't fluently write like with my left hand or anything, but I eat left-handed. I write with my right hand predominantly for sure. But I do almost not even thinking of it all the time. A lot of stuff left-handed. I I shoot basketball left-handed. I kick left-footed. I do all these weird lefty things. Like,
well, you're describing a lot of right-brained, left side of the body, right-brained stuff here with the dream.
mm-hmm.
With the just in this last minute seemed very right-brained to me. I
have a question. It just came up to me. James, in what ways are you creative, or what outlets do you use for your creativity?
Well, before it was all computer. Just because of my career I was in, but whatever medium it was, I loved just okay. That's a good question. Black and white, like I loved it. Black and white art. Just color, just taking a pencil, man, just sketching, whatever it was. And then I like for say my favorite style of a tattoo, awesome gray black work shading. Some people, if they do it right, color looks amazing.
Yeah, black and grays are great. I agree.
Yeah.
Cool. Do you still sketch and stuff, or?
No, I don't, man, and I'm going to start getting back into it, like because I want to start like kind of doing. Actually, I want to have I want to do a whole like wall like down here in my basement, but I want it to be all black and gray, like just even like colorful things converted into a black and gray image. Like
I will bring up the fact that you are doing a podcast now, so that is a creative outlet.
Yes. Oh yeah.
Yeah, that is maybe something I was trying to look for, as far as creativity. Like I had to get out of the computer game though, man. It was crushing me, dude. Like it was weird. Like it hit like towards the end of it. I mean, I did that for 15 years, and I designed T-shirts. Like, well, for the last 11 of that, I also did internet work and I did video work, but like for the majority of it, I was just doing 6-color screen print. Like at a sporting goods company. So it's like it became mundane. People always say, "Oh, you want to do something you love," but the second you start making money at it, and I couldn't even tell you the last thing I ever did for myself. Like it's all client driven, dude. And so I'm spending 10 hours a day there, and I'm gonna come home and do it again. Like it wasn't gonna happen, dude. Like, and I, at the time, but so it all just came to a head. Like all that stress, like I was saying before, like it's been over 4 years now that I stopped doing that job, and that I stopped smoking, all this stuff, and ever since then, my head's cleared up, dude. Like it's been so much better. Like it's just like a mountain just of stress and weight just lifted off. My head feels clear. I was able to, just just come to a close with it all of the deep crappy past of it, and so looking forward to the future.
James,
Yes.
thank you for this interview. And I would like to extend, as part of what we're doing here, if you have any significant dreams from here on out, please let's go and record them that are super, that just blow your mind. Let's get them taped, because one of the goals here is to maybe get into some predictive programming by tapping into the collective lower or higher mind, because we want to interview just about anyone we can.
No, I can't wait to hear people that have gone super deep into rabbit holes and experiences. I might like. I find it awesome that you guys wanted me to come on and be the first one. I might not have had the craziest things happen, but that you will end up hearing, I can guarantee that. But
everyone's going to start with you,
Yeah.
Yes.
So
yep.
At least this is a first idea of maybe how this can go for you guys, and then that sky's the limit now, or the bottom, dude. It could get deep.
Right.
Oh my god.
Well, everything is valid. So even people that are not, recalling their dreams, I just know that they're dreaming, but it's still valid, every aspect, and that's why we want a wide, sweeping net.
I'm gonna go to sleep tonight just open-minded again. Every time I do a chat, or every time I do a podcast, like I feel like a ton of I feel awesome after it.
All right.
But I thank you again for having me, and I can't wait till the next episode. I'll keep tuning in.
Well, thanks for coming on, James.
Thank you, James.
Appreciate it.
All right. Yep. Bye.
Bye-bye.